What is your nature? What is the nature of the self?
Permanent.
Permanence. Very correct. Reliability. Immutability. And what is the essence of Prakriti? Just the opposite of it. Changeability, temporary, destruction, impermanence, unreliability. So exactly, so one nature is of permanence, immutability. Another is unreliability, impermanence, temporary. But when they both are meeting together, what is going to happen? Confusion. And in that confusion, which is called as conflict, this is where fear arises. We all say point fingers to the ego. Ego is a problem. Ego is a problem. Ego, according to me, is not a big problem. We have made ego to be the problem. Ego, poor fellow, just wants permanence. The self is also I. Ego is also I. But what separates the two? Self is completely self-assured. It is in a state of assurance that I am permanent, I am immutable, I am changeless. But the moment this self becomes in doubt, in confusion, it feels a sense of incompletion due to the influence of Prakriti. It becomes ego. This very self, the sense of existence, when it is in fear, it runs to seek things so that it can experience the completion when it is getting a different evidence from Prakriti. Everything is going fine, you will notice. And suddenly some big thing will come in your life which will turn your life upside down. Then that very unshakable state that you enjoyed one time, that constant sense of peace gets disturbed and you become restless. And what happens after that? The poor ego has to go and run around to find reassurance again. So it looks around, it seeks outside. It tries to resolve. It wants its completion back. Because somewhere it has that stream of peace that it was enjoying is now no more there. So what can the ego do? Everybody wants to point at the ego. But let's give it a benefit of doubt. This poor ego has no choice. The I is under the control of nature, Prakriti. And this nature dictates to the I, to the self, how it will experience life. The more complex part of sadhana is the knowledge of nature itself. The knowledge of the elements that are within nature, Prakriti. You understand? How Prakriti dominates us and whether we can be able to navigate through that process of nature, that essence of nature, that unpredictable part of nature and make nature predictable. And that science of being able to have mastery over the elements of nature, it's called Bhuta Shuddhi. You first cleanse the elements that determine which are within the nature. Because whatever is outside into the nature is also within you. What is nature? The 5 elements. First is earth, second is water, third is fire, fourth is air, and last is ether. If you notice, it goes from gross to subtler and subtler. Understand? And that nature which is outside is already present within you. There was a study that was given that 72% of the earth of nature is actually water. And if you study within yourself, 72% or 70% of your body is also composed of water. Around 10 to 12% is earth. Same thing. What our body is composed of is 10% of earth. Around 5 to 7% will be air, 5 to 7% will be fire, and around 7 balance will be ether. These are called the 5 elements. We have to cleanse these elements so that we can gain mastery over these elements. When we are able to gain mastery over these elements, now we can bring predictability of nature also. And we don't have to follow necessarily Tantra only for that. Even in Advaita, I will tell you today how to do it.